Welcome back. You're still watching the lifestyle segment on the weekend show. We've seen unemployment and underemployment figures rise to double digits. We've seen more entrepreneurs start and shut down their businesses. But on the bright side, just a week ago, we saw the Chief Executive Officer of Smeden announce a 5 billion naira loan program with Sterling Bank. And so we do understand that youth empowerment, skill acquisition is an important conversation. Even Bill Gates recently spoke about how Nigeria's biggest resource is its human capital. And talking about that, you're talking about the young people who are about 65% of Nigeria's population. How are we empowering them? What are we doing for our small and medium scale farmers who provide over 95% of the food which we consume in Nigeria? We'll be having that conversation today with some brilliant young people from GAPO, the Global Youth Skills Acquisition and Poverty Eradication Organization. Did I get it right?
Exactly.
And having this conversation with me, I have Tuzi Favor, who is the chairperson and spokesperson. Fun fact, she used to be with us on the weekend show. Welcome back, Tuzi.
Thank you so much for giving me
Also joining us, we have Ambassador Dr. Chuks Emmanuel Ozegbe, who is the founder. Welcome to the weekend show.
Thank you.
And we have Peace Efenga Okokon, who is the community members manager. Welcome to the weekend show.
Thank you.
Ambassador Chuks, I'll let you start. Why GAPO? What's this about?
GAPO is Global Youth Skills Acquisition and Poverty Eradication Organization. Back in 2015, a lot of clamoring on diversifying our economy from the oil to agriculture. And I happened to work with some organization back then that are into women empowerment, women development. And this organization has been doing a lot of good things for their community. I said, no, why not register another organization that can take care of the youth and still women? Because if you want to develop your community, if you want to develop your state and your country, empower youth and women, you'll get the results. So we registered Global Youth Skill Acquisition and Poverty Eradication in 2015. Then in 2016, we had a project. The organization is meant to train, evaluate, empower, and mentor women and youth. So we had a project then called Mr. and Miss Agriculture Nigeria. Mr. and Miss Agriculture Nigeria is just a project, not a pageantry project, a project targeted to sensitize the young people. Because once you want to get young people, put a little bit of entertainment, you'll get the young people. So it's a way of reintroducing agriculture to young people. And we had that project 2016, 2017, 2018. And the project was really, really massive. And about 6,580 something benefited from it in these 3 years. And these people are still doing well in agriculture, producing foods that we eat. So GAPO is all about community development. We are grassroots oriented.
Tuzi, tell us about, I know you have a couple of projects which are coming up very soon. Do you want to tell us about that?
Okay, so top on the list is the Prosperity Assured Economic Initiative, also known as PAY. It's coming up on the 27th of November, 2023. That's on Monday. You are invited.
Thank you.
It is a program that we have drawn up in line with the current sitting government's renewed Hope project. So what is the Prosperity Assured Economic Initiative, or what does it mean in general? The Prosperity Assured Economic Initiative are a group of programs that we have decided to implement in line with past results, because you can't just spring up and bring up something new. These things, we've seen them work. He has given some figures. 6,580 something persons have benefited from agricultural programs that we've done in time past, and that's even different from the numbers of persons we've trained with skill acquisition, widow empowerment, training households led by women. So we have 3 programs under the Prosperity Assured Economic Initiative. The first is Grow Nigeria, Feed the World. What it simply means is training smallholder farmers. We've bunched them into cooperative societies, and we have about 25,000 cooperative farmers right now in our bank. We've bunched them into that so that we can be able to empower them with tools that they can use to modernize and make their farming systems more sustainable. Fertilizers, loans, access to markets. Then we have another one called One Child Needs More. One Child Needs More basically is a program that is served to serve in school and out of school children, basically reintroducing education to those in school and those out of school. Some people might decide to do informal education, which is actually not wrong. We can see the apprenticeship system in the Igbo land thriving and even bringing more prosperity to the country. So those who are interested in formal education, at least from ages 1 to 12, which is literally nursery to primary or secondary, we introduce that to them through mentorship, provision of school items, schools in underserved communities where there are none, and the likes of that. And then the final one is the IDP camp drive. So we had a need assessment done earlier in the year when we went to some IDP camps accessible to us here in Abuja. And sometimes when people take empowerment to IDP camps, most times people go for the show. Apologies to take pictures, or I'm a philanthropist and all of that. We're forgetting that these people actually had livelihoods before acts of God and other things beyond our control happen to them. Because they're in the camp does not mean they're poor. That person in the camp could have actually been a chief in his village, been a farmer, been a banker, but maybe due to bomb or something, they had to, flee and come to refugee camps. So we went through and we actually had conversations with them. And a lot of them said they didn't even want all the little handouts that we bring, the rice, the bread. Not like it's not appreciated, but they would really want their source of livelihood back to them. So we are preparing to take these skill acquisition programs, retrain those, this is what you were doing before, how about we reintroduce it to you, retrain others, so they can also make money. Who says that people cannot produce things in the IDP camps and sell to you and I living in town? So this is what the program is about. And we actually urge your support to join us. It's basically a fundraiser to join us because we've done a couple of things with our strengths, which is a target number of persons. But now we're aiming to impact 10 million persons with this project we're launching next year. And we can't do it without you, and you. Thank you very much.
I think it's very impressive what you're doing because in other parts of the world, philanthropy is something that people actively involve in, that people want to contribute to, and they have this great feeling of support or belonging when they help empower other people. Exactly. But in Nigeria and Africa, we tend to just leave everything for the government, which is why community is important. And so, Peace, what's the role of the community and the members that you have with your organization in ensuring that your work happens smoothly?
Thank you. The thing is, just like Tusi had earlier said, we have to go down to the grassroots. We have these people in different communities that are dealing with a lot of issues, from access to road, access to market. So how do we help these communities? How do we get them out of these things they face? You and I understand the fact that most of the food eaten by the people who live in urban area, even the foods that are being exported out of the country, are from these smallholder farmers. But they get little from these things, and the people who go out sell these items are the one even making more. Now, as a community members manager, my duty is to go down to this community, go to them, not just stay and call. No, go to their city. We sit with them, interact with them, understand, get to see. From talking to them, sometimes you can actually see what is inside. You can see through their eyes. So we try as an organization to see how we can penetrate, help these people solve problems. That is why we have chosen to put them in groups. It's easier to assess people in group than to assess them as an individual, yeah? So we try to bring them together. That is why we hold programs. There's this program we've been holding now in preparation for the project we're having next year. It's tagged developing a sustainable and modernized agro-cooperative societies. It's not just about cooperative societies. We are bringing them together to understand how they can survive on their own as farmers, understanding that they don't need to depend solely on government to run their societies. So we are going around trying to help these people, provide them market link, You know, market link is not just helping them get buyers. It's also helping them get the tools, the things they need to make those goods available. Cheap access to fertilizers. We even went as far as helping them source for a fertilizer company, organic fertilizer company that also comes with insurance package. A lot of them complain about their farm being flooded, animals eat up their plants, and they are suffering. So the only way to help these people is to look for the main thing to help them. It's not about going there to hear them. No, how do you help these people? This is how we came in as an organization, as an NGO. Our job is to go down to these communities and see how we can make impact.
And impact is extremely important in what you do. I remember during the campaigns when now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu kept on talking about agriculture, and he spoke a lot about corn, and we were laughing about it. But we saw during the pandemic when, before the borders were even shut, people couldn't move. And so we had to depend on our local products and the likes. And so agriculture is extremely important. But Ambassador Dr. Chuks, you mentioned a bit about what young people are doing around entertainment and even Nollywood. Besides agriculture and education, even in the rest of the world, you find out that you now have organizations that don't require having a university degree. Besides agriculture and education, what other sectors do your organization empower people with? What other skills?
Okay, through skill acquisition, most of these youths that you're seeing today, that was what actually primed me to register this organization. Because if you decide to solve a problem, put a mechanism to solve a problem. So for me to be able to contribute my own quota to the problems that we are facing in Nigeria, that is why I registered this organization. We have skill acquisition, mainly for the youth, from the ages of 4 and above. A lot of people, you see them go to school, they say no, they can't go to school. Well, there's another way they can learn something that can help their lives. So we have skill acquisition. We have even those that are going to school. Most of these rural areas that don't have access to computer, teach them basic knowledge of computer, basic knowledge in ICT. That is what we're doing.
You know, interestingly, when I was much younger, I wasn't the smartest person in school. And I remember someone telling me I'll do upholstery. And I had to go and check Oxford Dictionary because we didn't have the internet then. And I was like, this person has said I will do carpentry. However, I now see them selling chairs and couches at 10 million naira, 5 million naira. Most young people are not interested in doing the not so sexy jobs.
Actually,
everybody wants to be.
I did that too. When I was in secondary school, after school, there's a company close to our house. I normally go for training.
Yeah.
So after school, I use furniture money to train myself at the university.
You see, so that's a great example of what we're talking about, because most people just want to be CEOs, they want to be tech bros and the likes, but there's a lot of money. I see what fashion designers are doing. Exactly. I see what carpenters are doing. I see what even mechanics are doing. I was listening to a podcast recently, and someone was talking about his friend who has a master's degree, but he's a spare parts dealer, and he's doing extremely well. Susie, so besides all your programs, I know you have something on Monday, which you've just mentioned. How can people find and support your organization if they want? Because obviously you can't do this alone. Like you said, everyone needs to play a role, which is why we're having this conversation. But how can people reach your organization and how can they support?
Okay, so I mean, social media is now the community's village. So you can find us on social media at GISAPO, _GYSAPEO. Our website is www.gyspaeo.org. And you can also send a message or call 0909 3577428. Let the person know that you want to speak with Susie, who is the communications team lead. Thank you, Annie.
Please, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I would like to say that people should do all they can to support NGOs and other organizations who are willing, who have dedicated their life to helping people on the grassroots level, because these are the people that need attention more. The people on the urban area are already doing fine. They have a way of surviving. But we have a lot of people in this country that cannot even eat twice. I'm not talking about 3 square meals here. So we should do more by imparting to the society, just like our organization has decided to dedicate all we do to helping people, raising people from nothing to, for us, prosperity, it's not you being able to use luxurious cars and all of that. For us as an NGO, prosperity is for you to be able to send your children to school, eat meal, just have a stable life.
Okay, I'll let you have the final word.
All right. I will end with this. True prosperity is on the ground.
Speak to them.
All right.
Tell them.
I'm telling you that the true prosperity is on the ground. Let's go down to the grassroots and harness the things that God has put in there.
Peace, Chooks, and Tuesday, I'm really proud of what you're doing. In
Thank
any
you
way we
so
can
much.
support, we will support. I'll try to be at your event. And Tuesday, it's good to see you grow
Thank you.
from being on this show to doing big things. Our
to
Madam
see
President. So well done, guys, and thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you so much,
All
and
viewers at
thank you for
home,
your
don't
time.
go away. We'll take a quick break. When we return, more on The Weekend Show.